Hello friends, I'm Dan Phelps, and I'm doing a short series of lessons on some simple but hopefully powerful and profound ideas and concepts that I've had to figure out how to articulate in my one-on-one lessons with students. Last week I covered the idea of making it musical, and this week I'm going to let's call it use what you know. The reality is that musicians and guitar players, oftentimes we think that getting to the next level as a guitar player is about learning new information. I got to learn new chords, or I got to learn a new scale. And the reality is that you probably haven't thoroughly and completely explored the things that you already know. There's a whole bunch of cool and interesting ideas and information, and even exercises to be mined from things that you are already familiar with. So, for example, let's take a 3-note per string G major scale shape, which, by the way, if you like, in the notes below, there's going to be a link to a PDF, a one sheet of information related to this lesson, so you can see scale shapes and ideas like that. So we take a 3-note per string G major shape, which sounds like this. So, that sounds like playing a scale. And you can run that up and down and get it so that your alternate picking is blazing and you put John Petrucci to shame and all that kind of stuff, but it's still going to just sound like a scale if you just go. You got a scale. Not super exciting, you're not learning anything new. How could we look at that a little differently? Well, one thing you could do is to take that same scale shape and create some different exercises around it, like skipping strings. That's one that I love to do with any scale shape because it challenges me to know the scale and the notes of the scale outside of going in a particular sequence. If you just run the scale up and down, you may not necessarily really be comfortable with the shape of the whole thing. By doing string skipping, you actually challenge your brain to know the shapes much more thoroughly. And also it sounds kind of musical. And there's another variation on that is, can I only pick once per string? So when I'm going up, I'm picking on the bottom note on each string, and when I'm going down, I'm picking from the top note down. It's a little bit of a mind bender. So now I've taken a simple 3-note per string G major shape. I've created a string skipping element which challenges my brain to know the shape out of sequence, and I'm also creating a bit of a picking exercise. By just picking one note, it challenges my left hand to really articulate and play the rhythms accurately, because now I'm not picking every string and really every note and really making that distinct. Another version is to take that and turn it into something musical. That's like the beginning of a riff or a song. Now I'm actually playing things that could be used in a musical context. So you could create a drone. I'll create a little drone in G with my Chase Bliss Mood pedal. go. You've got a bunch of ideas just from one scale shape. Another thing would be to kind of challenge yourself to improvise two notes moving in opposition. So one note moving up, one note moving down. And again, I think it's fun to play this stuff over top of a drone because it kind of gives my ear a reference for what the notes mean in relation to the key that I'm playing in. So here again, I'm kind of improvising, moving notes lines up and moving lines down and trying to keep two ideas going simultaneously, which again, it starts to sound a lot more like music, and I'm challenging my brain on a whole nother level than I would be if I were just working on going. So there you go. Use what you know to extrapolate and make other exercises out of it. It's really powerful, really effective. If you've enjoyed this lesson, please subscribe, like and subscribe as they say. Click that little bell icon so you get notified when I post new videos. You can join my email list where I send out an email every week with the video expounding on some more ideas and concepts around it. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at hello@danphelps.com or just comment below and I'll get back to you. And I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. Tune in next week for the next one.